Okay, I'm back. I want to go ahead on and try my very best to get all of these out as much as I possibly can and pray that it blesses you. I remember the last time we talked, I talked about that area that I think is very, very hard for so many of us to deal with. And I talked about the free ride, remember? I talked about those places that God is trying to take us in, these open doors for the 5786 year that we're in, the acceleration God is trying to take us to, those necessary connections that you got to get with, those things that you got to structure and know that God is here to help you and not reject you. But in this hour, we have to make sure that we understand that this is the year, even though it's the open door, we're going to have to reject those freeloaders. We're going to have to reject those people who mentally challenge us and want to sap suck our time and our energy out. So tonight, I want to make sure I expose now these other two of the five. I've already given you the free ride. Now I'm giving you the conscious and the subconscious mind in this situation that many of people are fighting. So let's look at the conscious part of this. Now, the conscious part of this mind is what you are aware of. You are aware that you're dealing with this situation. You are aware, and it ain't no secret that you're dealing with these challenges. You already know what you're doing. Okay, so that means this is what you agree with. That means it's what you repeat over and over again and wonder why you can't come out of the circle. It's what you justify. And God is talking to you for those that are really trying to come up to another dimension in your life spiritually. You got to understand that the conscious realm is where God's going to hold you accountable at. This conscious realm is where agreement happens. Okay, so agreement is power. That means that what you consciously tolerate becomes a legal resident. That means you've given it a free ride in your conscience and you already know that you don't want the relationship. You don't want this to be this way, but you still stuck there because you feel that you have arrived somewhere that God is saying this is still there. It's in your conscience. So what you consciously tolerate becomes this legal resident. And so listen to me clearly. God does not override consciousness. He already know you aware what you're doing. Okay. So he just waits for the alignment, for the realignment. He waits to see, are you going to get awake? Are you going to stay woke? As a believer, and not just somebody that you just feel like that you can know something or do something, but he's trying to see if you really are awake in the spirit. Okay. Meaning that I know you, I know about you, and this is not going to be overridden just because you think that because just what secretly, he already know because he created us, he know everything about us. So this is not going to be a spiritual sleepwalk, so to speak, that you think that you can do and get away with it. So God is speaking to you for this door that he's trying to take you through. Now, then the second part of this subconsciousness is when the subconscious begin to store this mess. Okay, so you're going to sleep, you're thinking everything is okay, you're trying to get over, prayed it out, fasted it out over and over again, but the subconscious rides. Okay, it's an emotional memory. Okay, and you need to have emotional regulation because God is talking to you about this. Those emotional memories are going to come up because they're unresolved fear, unresolved rejection, unresolved thinking that things need to be a certain way, and God's trying to tell you this is the way. Pay attention. So these are old survival scripts that come in our head over and over again that we are used to doing things our way. Okay, so it runs automatically unless you restrain it, and you can't restrain something that you won't own. Listen to me. God is talking to you about your subconscious and how it sleep. So the conscious is going to walk around with you, but the subconscious is going to try to hide. But guess what it's doing? It's actually riding because it's getting up in the morning, going back to bed with you. So it's got a ride, a free ride. So subconscious is where your unhealed places whisper those instructions to you every day about what you think you can do, and you don't need this and you don't need that. This is why people wake up tired. This is why they go to bed anxious and trying to stay up all night to figure out how they can do this or do that, and God ain't even in it. This is why they feel blocked without even knowing why. Listen to me. This spirit wants to make sure, wants to move you out of your place that God has divinely orchestrated for you. But the subconscious keeps pulling that emergency brake on up. You don't want to do that. Up. You don't want to get with them. Up. You need to stop. That's because it doesn't want you to go forward. And you are still allowing your subconscious and your conscious mind to ride. Lord help today. This 5786 It's supposed to be a divine connection year. This is why you got to get the help that you need. If you are needing counseling, if you are needing for someone to talk to you about those things that are secret, you need to think about this, because really this year of connection, you look like everything is connecting, but guess what? You're going to be in a hole again. Subconscious unrest, what it does is sabotages the connection that God is trying to get you to. You cannot connect securely if your inner voices or your inner world that you think is safe and it is not safe. Okay. So you need to think about what I'm trying to show you. This subconscious and this consciousness is kissing each other, and it's giving you unrest, and it's sabotage to your connection and the divine door that God is trying to take you through. Wow. I pray God has ministered to you tonight. I'm going to come back next with the permissive thinking. This is the biggie. Okay. I pray that God ministered to you and that you'll start thinking about these things. Remember what I said. Are you woke yet? Or are you still sleepwalking? Are you conscious about this thing and you thinking that God's going to be okay with that when you have given a legal right to this thing? I got to go. I'll be back. I pray that God really get you to open up and recognize. Jesus help us all today.